What's up guys, Griffin here. In this video, I am going to have a conversation with two of my students, Niels and Dustin. Now these two were some of the first people to ever join into Fantra OFM, some of the first people that I actually was in mentorship with. But I wanted to film this short intro to say one thing really quickly before we get into the conversation. Please keep in mind that language barriers, obviously with OFM, anybody and everybody can get into it, but these guys, obviously English is not their first language, and I just wanted to preface that before we get into the conversation. During this case study, we obviously did have some stutters or pauses or breaks, and I wanted to make the conversation as clean as possible for you guys to understand. So if you do have any weird cuts, there isn't that many, to be honest. They did communicate better than they regularly do with me, but just I wanted to film this intro to say keep in mind of the language barrier throughout this entire call. It really isn't that hard to understand, but just tune in, keep your ears open, and yeah, throughout this video there is immense value. But overall, Niels and Dustin's story is absolutely crazy. I'm gonna let them tell their entire story. I'm not gonna leak too much about it, but they went from basically living paycheck to paycheck in a country that they had to almost get kicked out of to surpassing $40,000 per month, which is absolutely insane. But other than that, I don't want to keep this intro too long. Enjoy the conversation. All right, welcome back, boys. So for everybody watching this video right now, Niels and Dustin, you guys were some of my first guys who ever even joined into Fantra Consulting before it was even really structured as Fantra Consulting. And when you guys joined, you guys were living in Bali, generating about 15K per month with your agency, if I remember correctly, working, 10, 15-hour days, stressed as fuck. Now, where are you guys at? I know that you guys have recently separated, went back to, I'll let you guys tell your own story, but where are you guys at right now generating with your agency?
Yeah, right now we have three creators. The first one is making 25K a month, the second one is making 10K a month, and the third one is making like 5K a month. But we just signed there a couple weeks ago.
Hell yeah. So that's a new creator that's making 5K?
Yeah, for sure.
Sick. And that puts you right at that 40K a month mark across three creators now. And when you guys join, you guys, if am I remembering that correctly, 15K total across two creators, I believe it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, working your asses off like month to month living in Bali. I mean, like, kind of walk everyone through what that looked like. Because I remember you guys were stressed. You guys were constantly telling me that, you needed to get this payment. You needed to make this work. Kind of walk everyone through what that looked like.
Yeah, we was so fucked in Bali, we was just grinding. But before we risked everything, we quit our jobs in Germany. I was an electrician making decent amount of money. Then we risked everything, we moved out, we lose a lot of friends, we lose a lot of our families, and we just grinding, working our ass off, put the work in, and it pays off.
Shit, bro. You definitely did do a lot of sacrificing. And I think we had a couple talks, when you guys were first joining about how important that was. And I mean, and now look, you're at 40K a month. That's almost 3x than you were making
Yeah,
when you first joined in the beginning of that. And how long did it take you to get to this point here at 40?
like 3 to 4 months.
Okay, 3 to 4 months from 15K to 40K. I mean, compared to back then, I remember when you guys were first joined, you guys were stressed as fuck, kind of like that situation of, we have no other option but to make this work, but to follow through with this. And, you guys were all in. You stayed all in, grinding, 15-hour days with no progress. But now we're at 15 or 40, excuse me, 40K a month. What's different? Like, what's kind of different since then?
Yeah, everything is different. It's before we working all day, every day. We couldn't even save much money. We was just living paycheck to paycheck. We was grinding all the day, posting 3 reels a day. It was posting and praying. We really don't know what we are doing there. Yeah, now we can invest back into the business. We are not stressing about the money anymore, and we have actually real freedom. And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and now we are not doing everything on our own. So we have we have our chatters, we have a content managers, we have a team behind our back. So we work less, but we earn more money in this time.
Hell yeah, bro. Right. And I remember like on the first call, you guys were like, we're locked in our apartment in Bali. We only go to the gym, we only work. That's it. Now you actually, you guys have a life, right? I remember you guys have been traveling a lot.
Yeah, for sure. It's so good to have a life. Now we can actually do some shit now. It's so good. We are not just grinding 24/7. We have now real results. We are making money. We have the systems now. We have a team behind us. It's completely different. Everything changed.
Love that, bro. Facts. And that's what happens, when you stop doing everything manually and you actually, implement infrastructure, you implement the systems. And I know it was hard at first, especially with hires, but now that you guys have systems in place, like a manager, a team, everything like that, it's actually working. So how many creators are you guys running right now? 3, correct?
Yeah, 3 right now.
Okay, cool. And when you guys joined, you guys had 2 creators making like 8 and 6K per month, and you guys were doing everything manually, like I was saying, kind of 3 reels a day, chatting yourselves, hoping that somebody comes in, no team, no systems. Walk everyone kind of through, like what your agency looked like before, like during that time, versus now, where you kind of have everything delegated and team managed.
Yeah, before that, we have really no systems. We have no structures, no tracking, nothing. We only post and pray and do everything by ourselves. We really don't know what we are doing there at this time. It was just working, and hoping. But yeah, it was not bad at all. We're just making 10 to 15K a month, but we can't save any money at this time. So after we joined, everything changed really fast. We have now systems, we have the structure. We know how to hire some chatters or VAs. We know how to manage them, how to train them. So yeah.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
before it was like we worked our asses off like 10, 15 hours a day. We had no strategy, no real system. We worked and worked, and we were like, today we are working like 2 hours, what we before worked like in 10.
And now, like, what kind of work? What kind of up with this now? Like, how often are you guys working? How much are you guys doing?
Yeah, now we have manager for everything. So we don't have to do all the work by ourselves. Like it depends on some days we work like 3 to 4 hours, some days more, some days less, but it's much better than before.
Hell yeah. And I'm curious, like, what's kind of like the biggest thing that, like, I guess clicked for you guys, like that actually enabled you to start having systems over doing everything manually? Like, what is the biggest thing that we implemented together that kind of clicked and started making sense?
But honestly, for sure, the chatting systems that makes so sense for me because when you chat by yourself, you need to chat 24/7, and you can't chat 24/7 by yourself because you have to eat, you have to sleep, you want to go to the gym, do this, do that, and after we see what we need to do, everything changed. Now we know how to hire chatter, like I said, how to manage them, and I think that's the biggest click in my head. And also with the marketing, before we was just posting and praying, but now we have real structures. Now we know exactly what to do, how to track them, and yeah.
Yeah. And bro, like marketing, like that was your biggest shit that, you kind of struggled with, right? Like you didn't know how to find good content, didn't know how to really what verticals were going to work, which ones weren't, didn't know how to test, track, all that stuff. What kind of changed after we dialed in the marketing and, was actually repeatable?
Yeah, it was a huge change. Before we just copy and paste from some creators in their niche, there was making good views, and we was thinking we can copy and paste it and post and pray, but it doesn't work like that. We doesn't track anything at the time. So now we have the competitor research system from you. We find the top performers in the niche and can remake the reels with our own creativities, and we track everything. So that's really important to track.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, we are not posting random shit and hoping that it's gonna hit. We have like posts to keep the engagement. Everything is structured now, and we have like a strategy, and everything makes sense.
Oh yeah. And like what kind of is that process? Like what is that strategy for testing content? Like how do you know? I feel like this is something that a lot of guys struggle with is like how to know when to double down on something, start with something versus, just move on from that one thing. Like how does that process kind of play out in your agency?
Yeah, we post 10 videos of the style. We track the views, we track the engagement, put it in Notion, and then we analyze the data. And if it's work, we double down. If it's not work, we try something else. Simply like that.
Hell yeah, bro. Right. And like that's Just the simple shit of tracking is what most agencies don't do. They stay stuck on shit that's at the end of the day not working for months. They'll post the same caption videos, the same shit. But you test, you track, you move on from there, and I feel like that's a real reason of why you guys scaled. And I remember you guys kind of moving over to the chatting aspect for some of the guys watching is I know you guys were doing chatting yourself when you first joined, and I know that you guys tried a German chatting agency and they wanted like 25% commission and they only worked 4 to 5 hours a day. And you said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it by myself. But you guys were burning out. What kind of changed after, we hired the chatters, we built out the chatting team, we got the Discord? Like, what kind of changed after that?
It was a huge change. It saved us so much time that we can put into other work. We was chatting by ourselves for 10 to 12 hours every day, and it was killing us. We have no time left. So hard to chat all the day, all the night by yourself. You need something behind your back. The German chatting agency was also shit. They want 25% commission and only work a couple of hours a day. Makes no sense. So we have to do it by ourselves again, but it's not that what we want.
Yeah, fuck that.
Also, like you gave us the hiring system, like with the Google form. Also, we like put it in Telegram groups. We wrote down everything we wanted to. Then it took us like 10, 20 minutes, and we had our first applications. And from then, we just waited and sorted out the best. And like 1 or 2 days, we had our first chatters, and we built our chatting system.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, there's your chatting system. All right, boys. So I know you guys, you've been in Fantra longer than most people have. You were one of the first to actually join. What from the program kind of helped you the most? Like, what are the specific things that took you from 15 to 40K a month actually making money and actually being able to be profitable?
Honestly, it was for sure the chatting systems. That was huge because we don't know how to find good chatters, how to hire them, how to manage them. And it's really not hard to get them, but if you don't know how to get there, how to find the chatters, you stuck. And after we see it in your program, it was so easy. It was like copy and paste, do that, do this, and everything changed really fast.
Fuck yeah, bro.
And also, like, we did everything on our own. We had nobody to ask, like, the Telegram groups where you can ask like people, but it's not the same. We had like Griffin. We could do a ticket. We could explain everything what we have to ask, and it was like 10 or maybe 30 minutes. We had like an answered everything perfectly, and then we could go on with the problems we had, and it was easy to go.
Exactly, bro. I love that. And you guys, you didn't just sit on that module. You didn't just get that information and do nothing with it. You actually implemented, you sent support tickets, you got your guys' answer. Even though, we had a language barriers on the call, you guys definitely fucking made sense when it came to the support tickets. You guys were submitting them, you asked questions, you locked in. And that's a big difference between the guys who stay stuck for 6 months blaming the business model and who actually, get to a point of interest. But for you guys, I'm curious, did you guys try any other OFM, courses or programs before Fantra?
Yeah, we had buying a German OFM course for 3K euros, but it was so garbage. It was so shit, bro. They they had everything that you can see on YouTube, and it was only for beginners. At this time, we was making a little bit of money, but it was only the basic stuff that we don't need it, and it was so shit. And after a couple months, they disappear. So it was
Damn,
shit. We wasted 3K.
facts. And like,
Yeah.
what were the biggest things that frustrated you with that? Like, obviously, besides just the information being beginner, like, what were you not getting that you felt like you needed?
Yeah, we need someone to take our hand and say, okay, you guys have to do this now, you have to do this now. We need a real feedback, someone who looks into our agency is right on our side and can say, okay, guys, you have to do this, you have to do this. And we need this one-on-one support with you. It was perfect. It was too easy.
And also, everyone on YouTube says something different. So it's a lot of guys saying this and this, and you just need this one guy who says okay, come with me. I show you everything how I did it, and then this is the fucking blueprint, guys. So trust in Griffin. We did it, and now we are here doing 40K a month.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I love that. And like, that's the thing. Most courses, they don't give you they give you the outdated videos and they just disappear. They give you, there's no accountability in there. There's no one checking your shit. No one's actually telling you what to focus on, what not to focus on. And I feel like that's a big reason of why you got real results here is like you guys had direct access to me, you had accountability, and you had real systems that actually, worked. But yeah, other than that, I think just last few questions here for you guys. I kind of want to know, like, what would you tell somebody watching this who's like stuck at 5 to 10K a month and doesn't know if, a program or a course or whether or not they should join something like this?
Yeah, if you're doing 5 to 10K by your own and working your ass off and you're stuck, then you just needed someone who is there and you have to ask them a couple of questions. The person who is there where you want to go know exactly what you have to do at the time, and it's like really copy and paste. So don't be arrogant and try it by yourself. The lonely wolf mentally doesn't work out if you work against teams. So you need someone who is already there and tell you only what you have to do. It's like easy.
Easy as that.
Yeah.
Easy as that. And Dustin, what would you kind of tell them, bro?
Guys, just put the fucking work in. I mean, we trusted Griffin, and we are on this fucking point of life that we can enjoy our life. We earn money online. We are not working 10, 15 hours a day like before. We have systems, we have structures, and yeah, just trust, do it. Like it was a risk. Maybe he could say everything shitty in his course, but trust us, it was good, and we had like good structures, systems, and we are like really happy with them.
Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate it. Much love, man. And like for somebody who's maybe been burned before, I mean, kind of maybe like you guys were, bought a shitty course, got scammed by one of these OFM gurus. Like, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, we also spent 3K on a shitty course, on a German shitty course, and we know we can't get to the point who we want by ourselves, so we need someone who can tell us what we have to do. And yeah, we have seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and after we see you on YouTube, we listen to everything you said, and it was for us clear that we have to hop on a call with you. And after the call, it was for us, okay, safe, we have to do it with Griffin. Griffin responds to every question after a couple of minutes. You have calls every week. We have also a lot of members there who want to make money serious, and it's easy like that.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, no, the community is a big thing. Facts.
Yeah.
And look, I'll say this, Niels and Dustin, you guys, when you join, you're at 15K a month working, like I said, 15 hours a day, living paycheck to paycheck in Bali. But you implemented the chatting systems, you built the team, you dialed in the marketing, and you scaled from 15 to 40 in like 3, probably 4 months time. And now you guys are actually able to make money, each person, both of you guys. You have systems that run without you doing everything manually. You're not grinding 15 hours a day anymore. And that's what happens when you stop doing everything yourself and you actually build an infrastructure in your agency. But overall, boys, I appreciate you guys for coming back on. Let's get you to fucking 100K a month next, boys. What do y'all think about that?
Let's go.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. And guys, listen, if you guys are looking to start or scale your OFM agency, make sure you join completely free. If you guys want to get to know me, get to know kind of my mantra, I have live weekly calls that are free course, free SOPs. I give out a lot of free information just to shut these OFM gurus up. That'll link be in the description as well as the Discord community. But other than that, that's it. Peace out, boys. So that is Niels and Dustin's story. I hope that you guys enjoyed. It is an interesting one at that for sure. These guys have literally been with me since they have started out. I mean, you guys heard living in Bali, living paycheck to paycheck, working an insane amount of hours per day to now financially being free, to being location free, being able to travel, being able to go see family. I'm super proud of these guys, and I wanted to just say one more time, Niels and Dustin, if you are watching this, shout out to you guys, bro. I mean, you really did have ups and downs there. Obviously, the viewers don't know the whole story, our whole story, but you guys have been up, down, low, high. There's been places that you guys went, but I'm so glad that we've ended up here at $40,000 per month. So congrats again. But to the viewer watching this, if you guys are also wanting to replicate that for your own self, if you've maybe been wanting, and if you've maybe been working too much and you feel like you deserve also that $20, $30, $50,000 per month mark, maybe you're just working on the wrong things or you don't have enough time, this or that, whatever it is, this is also possible for you. And if you're looking to get into the same environment, have free SOPs, free courses, and also have live weekly calls with me every single week, check out the free Discord community in the description. And if you're looking to license my exact infrastructure, the exact things that run the Fantra operating system, my agency, check out a link in the description as well to apply to work one-to-one personally with me. But other than that, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Congrats to Niels and Dustin once again, and I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.